Are you tired of being in a rut? It feels like your life is on a negative loop. You know that bad habits are ruining you, but still, you are scrolling through social media endlessly and fapping without accomplishing the work you need to do. And in the end of the day, you feel tired and run down. Let me tell you, your dopamine system is fried up like hell. And the best way to cure it is to go on dopamine detox. So how do I go on dopamine detox? Before telling you that, you need to fully understand what is dopamine, how it works, and when did it came into existence. Dopamine is a chemical, or let's call it a drug of want and desire. It is a neurotransmitter that controls pleasure and motivation. So we as humans, from the time of evolution, our brain rewards us for anything we do or eat that make us happy or gives us pleasure by releasing a neurotransmitter called dopamine. From the time of evolution, dopamine played a very crucial role in our ancestors' survival. It kept them motivated to hunt again and again in the want of survival. Hunting, indeed, wasn't an pleasurable activity, but securing the food gave them higher dopamine hit than eating the food. Because they don't used to get food every day, securing the food was a very big thing back then, and that time food doesn't used to be tasty or full with sugars. Imagine you are working under me for a monthly paycheck. Working isn't going to make you happy, but at the end of the month, getting that paycheck was important. Yes, spending the money is also a pleasurable activity, but securing the paycheck will give you a higher dopamine hit. Now let's see how our dopamine system works when we engage in bad habits. For example, porn. Imagine your baseline of dopamine is 100, then you masturbate once that dopamine level shoots up to 150 in the climax moments, and after it comes below the baseline level at 90. You masturbate second time, again your dopamine level shoots to 140, and after some time it comes below the baseline level at 80. Your mind starts to crave that initial dopamine high that you are not going to get, leading to the addiction of masturbation. And even the hit of that dopamine decreases over the period of time. This makes an orgasm easy, accessible, and effortless because porn is only few clicks away. But in the real world, you have to go talk to a girl, then you have to take her on dates, and then you get to have sex. It is a lengthy and very effortful process. Now then, how do I have imbalanced dopamine levels? Wait, before telling you that, you really need to know how social media fucks your mind and makes you scroll endlessly. When we get asked if we can live without social media, the answer would be yes, but I don't want to. This is what every addict says because an average American touches their phone over 2,600 times a day, and it is not fully your fault. The brutal reality is that almost every social media company in our modern world exploits our dopamine reward system. There are millions of experts specifically designing the internet platform to release as much dopamine as possible by spending millions and even billions of dollars to keep you hooked in the loop of dopamine. Whenever you open any social media platform, I bet you can't get your ass from that for at least an hour, even if you want to stop scrolling. This happens because you start scrolling, you don't what is going to come. This gives your brain a sense of curiosity to wait, to predict that something cool or something you like is going to come. The scrolling keeps happening and you are getting dopamine continuously for hours without putting in efforts, and eventually you stop. The moment you stop scrolling, your dopamine level starts to drop little by little, and eventually it goes below the baseline. And again, you are addicted to scrolling, and you are left sad, and maybe in some cases a little bit depressed. And again, social media is still fine, but addictions like cigarettes, drugs, and alcohol are far more harmful. In modern society, going to party and drinking alcohol has become so normal. Do you know an average American in 2022 consumed at least 4 drinks per week? And it sounds normal, but the harsh reality is whether it is any sort of alcohol, whiskey, beer, or wine, nothing is good for your health. So, see, when you consume alcohol, it passes all the tissues and cells in your body, and it travels and go downstream to your mind. That results in damaging your brain neurons, and neurons getting damaged and destroyed can cause impairing in cognitive functions and shuts your ability to decide between two things, A or B. I should shut up, or should I talk, and should I stop drinking alcohol, or should I don't? Alcohol is indeed giving you dopamine. Firstly, sleep plays a good role in dopamine, but sleep isn't the one increasing dopamine, because in sleep, our body mines the dopamine that is reserved in our body to give us a new start to a day, to give us motivation to pursue something. I have also felt the same when I used to get only 5 to 6 hours sleep. I used to have no motivation to do something or to work for a goal, but getting enough sleep makes it easier for our body to give us dopamine and keep us motivated in the very beginning of the day. Meditation. And again, meditation is a good thing to get more focused, to open up our mind, and it is a refreshing experience. experience. But there is very little research and studies that indicates it can increase dopamine, but don't stop it. It is still good for other reasons, but there is a better solution that can significantly increase dopamine levels up to 65%. It is called Yoga Nidra. The term Yoga Nidra means yogic or physic sleep. It is a state of consciousness between waking and sleeping induced by a guided meditation. While doing Yoga Nidra, you should do meditation to increase its benefits. Cold shower or cold plunge can increase dopamine levels by whooping 250%. It is almost same as cocaine. Cold shower or cold plunge isn't a pleasure activity for anyone, but it gives pain. And pain is also good for us, for our dopamine levels. Let me explain how. Imagine your baseline dopamine is 100 and you take a cold shower. You obviously don't feel good and happy. While doing that, in result, your baseline dopamine goes below 100 and stops at 90. Over the period of 2 to 3 hours, it will increase slowly. It will not give us spikes slowly and steadily. It will go up and sustain for a longer period of time. And also engaging in exercise or any sort of physical activity for 5 times or over, that can increase your dopamine levels after 3 to 4 hours of workout. Remember, reclaiming control over your dopamine responses is not just about breaking free from harmful habits. It's about cultivating a balanced and fulfilled life. Stay strong, stay focused, and thrive in the realm of balanced dopamine. And don't forget, self-improvement is an ongoing process until you die. And if you are tired of living a pathetic life, and if you have lost all hope of living a good life and want to really turn your life around, go watch this video and make the greatest comeback of your life in 2024 and become unrecognizable.